saw a terrible thing. It made my whole body freeze with fear. In the light of the lights running in the cemetery, I could clearly see a strange three-legged crocodile-shaped creature standing at the end of the cemetery. The incident that I am presenting to you today, I am collecting this incident, a small one that I have been going through with me. The year 2024 was Friday. That day my whole family went to my grandfather, Moni's father's house in Benati, but I could not go with them that day because we had planned to go to another place with our friends. However, by the time I finished going out with my friends and came home, it was almost 10 o'clock at night. The house was completely empty. I started feeling very bad. That is why I have decided that I will also go to my grandfather Moni's father's house. It is worth mentioning that there is a broken bridge on the way from my father's house to my grandfather Moni's house, where construction work was going on, due to which no vehicles could ply at night. At night, even 2 metros and a bike would ply on that road. For this, at around 11 o'clock, I left and walked towards my grandfather Moni's father's house. The whole road was completely. I saw a terrible thing. It made my whole body freeze with fear. In the light of the lights running in the cemetery, I could clearly see a strange three-legged crocodile-shaped creature standing at the end of the cemetery, just like a human. The entire body of that creature was covered with black hair, and although the body of the creature was like a crocodile, the head of the creature was very unusual, with large horns on its head. I could not see its face as it was standing opposite me. As soon as I saw it, I tried to escape and run. Running, I came to a nearby market. Luckily, I found a tea shop open there, and from there I called my younger uncle, and I said I was in a market. From here I was taken on a motorcycle, and after a while my uncle came and took me to my grandfather Moni's house. When I got home, I told my family about the incident. Anyway, after that I ate dinner naturally and slept. But then I got a lot of fever in the morning. Seeing that my grandfather Moni brought Farouk Dada from the house next door, he is a small doctor and a sweeper. After that, Farouk Dada heard everything from me and said, "Father, last night you faced a very bad incident." Then he told me the incident. In the year 1900 Paisa, I woke up and was just about to leave the house when Peterson's son Watson suddenly came to my room and came very restless and said that his father had a lot of fever and came home after getting scared while fishing last night. After listening to everything he said, I went with him to his bari. When I got home, I saw Peterson suffering from a fever. I treated him and asked him what he had seen last night. In response to my question, Peterson started talking in a stern voice. Last night, like every day, I went out to catch fish. Since there was a full moon, when I caught a lot of fish, I went to the cemetery in California to catch fish. There, in the light of the full moon, I clearly saw a three-legged, small, terrible-looking object that was chewing a corpse from the cemetery in its hands and had big horns on its head. After seeing that, I was very scared and screamed. Hearing my screams, it looked at me with a terrible look and roared. And the corpse in its hands started chewing on me. Seeing this terrible thing, my hand became completely cold. I quickly started the boat and came home. Since then, I have been suffering from a lot of fever. You go and see what is the condition of that corpse in the cemetery. Saying this, Peterson Maji lost consciousness. Then I gave him treatment, and the next morning we went to the cemetery with all the villagers and told them about this incident. And when we went there, we were all surprised to see what we saw. There we saw news that the area was dug up and a body was lying there, only the head was intact, and the rest of the body had no flesh intact anywhere. After seeing this, we got very scared and kept asking why this happened and how it happened. We could not find any roots or edges of these. However, then we buried that tree in the cemetery again. After all these incidents, the whole village spread this matter. After this incident, everything was fine for about 2 days. 2 days later, another terrible incident happened. 2 days later, in the morning, suddenly Peterson Maji's neighbor Masood came to me and said, "Brother, a very terrible incident has happened at Peterson Maji's house. Go quickly." Hearing his words, I quickly ran to Peterson Maji's farm. When I reached their house, I saw a crowd of people from the village. Pushing through the crowd, I saw the bodies of Peterson Maji and 3 of his family members lying there. The condition of the 4 bodies was also just like the bodies lying in the graveyard. The heads of the 4 bodies were completely intact, but there was no flesh on any part of the body. After seeing all these things, my body became completely numb. This incident spread throughout the village, and we kept wondering what had happened in this village. Anyway, we buried those bodies again in the graveyard and went back. After this incident, the entire village was gripped by the fear of a 3-legged cannibal. Before evening, the people of the village stopped coming out of their houses. Even the fishermen did not go fishing. However, after that, everything was very normal for 10 days, but on the 11th day, the game of death started again. That day, 2 bodies of their family members were found in another fisherman's house, which was the same as the previous ones. Like, we were very scared when we saw these. Then we had to think about how to survive this and how to get out of here. And we all went to a poet king for this kind of treatment and spiritual treatment. We found a poet king in the neighboring village and told him everything that happened. And he asked us to go to him after 2 days. When we went to him again after 2 days, after listening to what he told us, we were even more surprised. He told us that a cannibal had appeared in your village, whose name is Pratatma. It was said that 400 years ago, someone from a city in Iran had imprisoned it in a silver urn and floated it in the sea, which Peterson Maji opened the mouth of that urn while fishing, after which it was freed. Its main food was eating human flesh. Saying this, Kabiraj told us to see if we could find a way to save you from its hands. Then we left from there, and after 3 or 4 days we heard that Kabiraj had died in the same way. Even after all these years, nothing else has happened. Now let's see if anything else happens in the future.